All right. Everything else is hopping.
Hopping.
Yep, we're all good.
It's Hopper. Oh, Hopper. I remember Hopper now.
What,
Good old
the villain from A Bug's Life?
Oh, no, when I was spending time at my dad's house, there's a cat in the neighborhood that when did walks.
Yeah.
He had a collar on.
His name is Hopper.
Yeah, and we found out his name is Hopper from the collar. And he's very friendly. He always comes up and
It's a good name for a cat. Well,
Yeah.
it's only a good name if the cat itself hops a lot.
He doesn't actually. He climbs trees really well.
Yeah.
All right. That's a little
Climber.
questionable. I'm not sure
Climber.
I wholly approve of this naming.
I do not approve.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony during the break, huh?
Wow.
I was sleeping like a log the entire
maybe
time.
I should commit murder right now.
See, she could have also easily planted the blood-covered button in your hakama.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her?
Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Oh my God. Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live.
Okay.
This is going to be a really messy part of the trial, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty...
We're going to be exposing suicides left and right. It's not going to be pretty.
And making a lot of, like, very presumptuous statements about...
Yeah, very Japanese understanding of suicide, we shall say. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
Is Juan Carita the victim of this murder?
No, it wasn't a question.
Oh, sorry.
She was finishing my statement. So she was like, that would be really dumb if Mia was like, wait a minute. That would be pretty hilarious if she was like, wait a minute. Is he the dead guy? And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita.
And that's why you always leave a note.
That's why you always leave a suicide note.
That's what
happens. That's what happens.
I wasn't even
when you
thinking
find
about
a stranger in the end.
That's absurd. Always leave a suicide note.
That's why you don't yell.
Oh, to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts?
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship.
I mean, that's why he called her ahead of time and...
Don't let your guard down yet.
There we go. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Angard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Oh, I say as I laugh, holding my belly.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. Corrida?
Yeah, Corrida.
Corrida? I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
But I didn't kill him.
I love him.
No one is accusing you of that. Actually,
Phoenix Wright is pretty directly accusing her of that.
I think there was someone who would beg to differ.
Ridley.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well, then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
When I found the body.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock.
Oh!
What I saw was naturally the same exact scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What?
Contradiction already.
You poured yourself a glass of juice.
What?
It's calming juice.
Yes. Yeah. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Okay. Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing? You mean I can't apply my testimony straight to the forehead?
Head on. She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things like by things inconsistent with her thinking.
That's a little tongue twisty.
So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Okay, so you want me to just keep saying, "Why did you find a body? What did you drink? Why? Why did you drink?
Put your name in the goblet of fire."
Adrian Andrews, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? You know what's funny about that scene?
What about?
When Dumbledore's running in the room, Harry is like on the verge of running out of fear. like he's terrified that Dumbledore is running straight at him.
Well, I would be. He's a powerful wizard. He can do whatever the fuck.
It's just like, why would... never mind. Okay.
Get Matt from his room.
And what was Mr. Angard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap.
I was hoping that was the end.
Andrews. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. And I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It? What are you?
What am I?
Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. On Guard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object. Right. Did you skip basic grammar?
I technically had an object in the sentence, bitch. It just was a pronoun instead of
The witness may continue.
fucker.
Juan's room.
And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship. Like a press, right? Because we're supposed to?
Yeah.
Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim?
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence. I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
There's a dead body. She was in shock. Shock body. You were in shock? You
What?
are shock?
Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person.
Mm-hmm.
And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Why would it matter? Oh, good. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. Thank you, Phoenix.
I see. I love saying
Literally, like, probably 30% of his dialogue is
Yeah, it's true. Same scene as a crime scene photo.
This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case was like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then what did you do next, witness?
Can you read this?
Poured self
No.
after a glass of juice.
Juice?
That's weird. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. So weird.
Was this originally supposed to be wine? And they
Yeah.
censored it? Because
think that
wine
was
would make more
probably
sense.
it, yeah.
Like, oh, I need a drink.
But
Yeah.
you didn't drink. Oh, sorry. That's weird.
But you didn't drink any of it, did ya?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock.
You were shocked.
You are shocked. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice/wine, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Why not?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Aren't you rude today?
That's true. He's being pretty
Yeah,
rude.
he is.
I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
Oh, what did you
Is
do?
that right?
What was you starting to say just now? Press further.
Bitch.
Ms. Andrews! I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this quote-unquote mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
God damn it.
Oh, look at that sassy pose she's in.
Flower vase? You talking about the one on the floor in the crime scene photo?
Dang.
This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Oh, we already know what the contradiction is here.
Why'd you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
Looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Okay, that definitely adds up the contradiction.
Alright.
So the guitar case only had water on top of it. It wasn't inside.
Yeah.
So if the guitar case was already open in the crime scene photo, that the order of events makes no sense.
Do you want to press or present right away?
We could do either, depending on what you want to do. But I'm pretty sure if we presented like the guitar case, that would be progress.
Alright. Let's present.
Okay. You're the driver. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
Yes. It's not some problem. It's a major problem.
Ho ho.
It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
Oh. That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
What's that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
What's wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case.
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio and has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
Seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
The guitar.
Guitar case.
Make her testify. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Okay. Even I don't know.
That's lame. It seems like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Ha ha ha. Using anyway to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man.
You did that in the last part. You literally said anyway.
I don't know. This may have worked out better in the Japanese script. I don't know if Edgeworth would have been made out to be a hypocrite there as well, but I'm not sure.
But
the word in question would in Japanese probably would have been tonikaku.
Oh, okay.
So it was a bit dazed.
During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Well, you see...
Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case?
She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Miss Andrews?
Yes, it was me.
Hey, can we look at the case really quickly?
Empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Has Karita's fingerprints on it, and inside... Oh wait, this isn't it. You're looking for the photo too?
No, I think the fingerprints means she couldn't have opened it.
Oh, right. Must have opened the guitar case after knocked it over.
So, you opened the guitar case then?
Yes, well, maybe.
Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Karita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As a witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was all right or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But getting back on topic.
The case was empty.
Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case,
Sorry.
the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry. That was a stupid
man.
question.
Yeah. As for why she opened the case, even she doesn't know.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed? This is all covering the same points over and over again.
Yeah,
Was
this
that-
kind of sucks.
Yes, that's probably it.
And she's doing the pause thing again because no one's telling her what to do. I'm not
Right.
going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with the evidence. Guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but I guess I will now.
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
Her weakest.
Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her.
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found.
A lethal weapon.
Okay, so bit days after I knocked it over.
That must be the one you present the guitar case to, because
Yeah.
the
Oh wait,
fingerprints.
R is present.
Fingerprints.
Yeah, I think so. Objection!
There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Oh?
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear Adrian Andrews. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
Eat it!
Ah,
What is it, Mr. or Miss Andrews?
you shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
Were you wearing gloves? What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time?
Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony.
But you were never...
So of course I was dressed up for the occasion.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
I
That's
mean,
strange.
So she could just say that? Like, oh, I was wearing gloves.
That you were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove that I was not
Yes,
wearing
the
gloves at
glass, the wine glass has her fingerprints on it.
time? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take your gloves off to pick up the glass, then put them back on to open the guitar? That's ridiculous.
That's
Miss
what she's gonna
Andrews.
say, though.
Or the dogs with glasses in their mouths, when they bark, they shoot glasses at you.
I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Ah,
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
yeah.
All her glasses exploded.
Good thing she has several pairs.
Oh, it's a very common issue for her.
Order, order, order.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
Hell yeah. What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
Ooh.
That makes sense. Well, but it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
Nope. Definitely wasn't. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case What was in the guitar case? Something. I don't know. I forgot what it is.
You don't
Sorry.
mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. Mia, you're crazy.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
Shut up. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed. The case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. Look how wide it is. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has nothing at all to do with this murder.
Anything at all.
Oh, sorry. Wait, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said anything.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
Bright red guitar not being the only thing.
Other things can go in cases.
You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar would... So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
Oh, okay. That's, So... I think we have to... I think if you're playing this the first time, you have to kind of make a big logical leap. But I remember the case, so I know what it is. But I don't know if that's cheating. It's not really cheating. Dan and I are replaying, so it's not a big cheat.
Yeah, it's just me remembering something that I probably got really mad at the first time.
Well, this I thought was actually clever.
Then what was it?
Oh, okay. I'll just tell. It's a steel samurai, the nickel samurai suit.
Wait, the suit?
Yeah, the suit. So you know how there's supposed to be a press conference? That was actually Juan Kurita planning to do a conference dressed up as the nickel samurai.
Wait, you're getting too far in. You're explaining too much now.
Well, that's the leap in judgment we're making. Because that's the only way you can explain why the costume's in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big leap, though.
But that's the only way this case works. You have to make that big leap.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, we don't need to explain that when we're just going to learn it by presenting it now.
That's true. That's true.
This is a photograph. It's making me laugh.
Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy question to ask so excitedly.
Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory.
I don't believe you.
Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. Starving, and in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! Looks like we wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. Ha ha ha.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True. That's a bit baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was a spare costume. Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break. Period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Heck yeah. Yes, that is what I am saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was a German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Just like Austin Powers when he's defrosted.
Yes.
No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Gusto. All right. This is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was press conference. So there's that ticket.
Yeah. What's this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
Press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was planning to hold a press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
Wow.
My God.
He was going to dress up as a Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? Why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Ms. Andrews,
I can see why you are all pros at what you do.
pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
My God.
Ms. Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the only one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You...
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him, and that's what he thought anyway.
It was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had it in his hands, a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What?
Do you know what the secret of Mr. On Guard's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone.
Yes.
Gee, you think? But that's to be expected.
It's weird that she's still holding the card.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
But protect Mr. On Guard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Fucked up behavior.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.